Mac operating system. Mac operating system uses Z shell. Therefore, shells are different from another entity called the kernel. Kernel is the inner core. Shell is the outer layer. Shell can be changed, but the kernel cannot be easily changed. We have covered the first 16 commands. The first 16 ls, mkdir, rmdir, cp, mv, cd, then mount, umount, eject, shutdown, sleep, all those commands were covered and sort. Then we come on to ln for link, ln for link. Ramya, stop it. Okay. ln for link. Instead of creating a perfect copy, you may create a link to the same file. Instead of creating another file and occupying this space, you can create another link. It's similar to our desktop shortcut. ln is a command for creating shortcut. tar, we have already used tar command in our practical. Tar, full form for tar is tape archive. You can compress several files into a single tar ball. They call it the tar ball. You can create a single file which contains several files and folders. It's called the tar file. Then zip or gzip. Zip can compress the files and reduce the file size. Gzip also does the same function, whereas gzip is free. GNU zip. Gzip stands for free. What is the full form for gzip? GNU zip. Gzip stands for GNU zip. Then unzip or gunzip. GNU unzip. Unzip is the proprietary software, and gunzip, G unzip. This is the GNU version of unzip. Then ls minus l. We have seen that ls can be used with several options. ls minus l is the lengthwise option or the full parameters of a file. Then more and less. There will be one more command called less. More is the command used for displaying large amount of text in smaller chunks. You can press enter for line by line scrolling. You can press space bar for page by page scrolling. More is the command for what purpose? What is the purpose of more command? You can visualize large text on computer's terminal through more command. Okay, I want everyone to be attentive. Then less. Less is another version of more, and it's also powerful. It can search, it can go forward, go backward, and it can do simple search or other tasks. Otherwise, its function is similar. You can press enter for line by line scrolling, space bar for page by page scrolling, press Q for quit. Q for quit. Find. Find can search for particular file or directory and then take whatever action you wish to execute you through -exec. -exec is the command through which you can operate upon given files, the files which have been found by find command. Banner. Banner displays large text. When you provide a smaller text, you pass it on to banner. The text will be enlarged in character graphics. Maybe I have displayed banner, sys5 banner or banner command during our practical. Otherwise, we will go back to Linux and demonstrate all the commands whichsoever is available, or we will install other commands. Maybe you have installed it in our computer. Don't you? Sudo apt-get install. Then rm for remove. rm for remove file. rm means remove. Cat means concatenation or its equivalent of type command in MS-DOS. It can display whatever text is available in a file on the terminal itself. Cat for displaying text. Then cat space minus space greater than file name. It will take whatever content we type on the screen to the file, to the particular file on which it is to be stored. Previous content will be erased. Since single greater than is used, previous content, if any, will be erased. And cat space minus space double greater than. What is the purpose of double greater than? What is the purpose of double greater than? I want Sri to be in the first bench. Then double greater than will preserve the previous content. Double greater than will preserve the content of previous the file and add whatever else you type to the file. Append. It's like appending. Then date. Date will what? Date will display date and time. Date command in Linux will display not only the date and time all together. And you can change the date through a particular sequence. YY, HH, then minute, then the last should be year. I think last is the year. DD, then HH, then minute, 2 digits for minute. Last 2 digits will stand for year. That is the format through which we can change the date if we are administrators. Otherwise, it will be rejected. The command will be rejected. Then CC for C compiler. You create any C program, compile it into executable through CC command. CC will convert source code or human readable code into machine readable code. Okay, CC is a compiler. CC is the C compiler. It's the C compiler. Then VI is an editor, full screen editor, visual interface. VI stands for visual interface. It was the first full screen editor available on any operating system. Previously, they could edit only one line at a time. They cannot look at the entire file. Whereas VI provided the first editor in which you can work through the file. You can go up, go down, and then modify the contents. VI was the first editor. And it evolved into several versions. We get our notepad or gedit only from the inspiration of VI. VI was the first editor to provide a full screen interface. Then Emacs. Emacs is also an editor. It's a text editor, whereas Emacs is a special text editor. It was written in a special programming language called Lisp. The programming language was called Lisp. Lisp, Lisp. And Lisp was very suitable for artificial intelligence, generative AI, artificial intelligence. Lisp was the de facto programming language for creating artificial intelligence. Nowadays, it has grown much further. What is it? Google has given Bard as the AI engine. Then ChatGPT is also available for what? For chatting with us as if they are human beings. If you wish to kill your time, you can chat with artificial engine or AI engines, artificial intelligence engines. Then gedit. Gedit is similar to our notepad. It's similar to notepad on Windows. It's available on Linux. GNU edit. Gedit for GNU edit. Then user-add. Create a new user. In Windows, we create user through control panel. Whereas in Linux, you create users through settings menu or through user add command. There is a command for adding user. Then user del. You can delete a user through user del command. User add and user del. Both are available. You can add a user, you can remove user. Then password. PASSWD. It's not password, WORD. It's not ORD, PASSWD. This command will change our password. This command will change our password. Or if you are an administrator, you can change even the passwords of other users through this password command. Then SU for super user. SU for super user. Super user is the administrator of the computer. He can do anything. The super user is authorized to do any operation on a computer. No restrictions at all. Then sudo. If you wish to become super user for a particular command, for executing one command, you can use sudo instead of su. Sudo space the command followed by whatever options you wish. Then it will seek the password. You have to provide your password. You will be executing the command as a super user. You have already done this in our Linux practical. Sudo space apt-get install BC was not available. You have installed BC, you have installed banner, you have installed CC. All those commands were installed from the internet through sudo command. Then cal for calendar. By default, it will display the calendar for current month. Whereas if you specify year, it will display the calendar for a particular year, a full year. Okay. Or you can specify month, number and year for calendar of a particular month in a particular year. Then calc or BC, binary calculator. Calc or BC stands for binary calculator. It's a calculator. It's a command line calculator. We have used it in our shell script also. Then cron. Cron means time bound operation. Chronological. Cron means chronograph. In the previous days, watches were called, even today, high accuracy watches are called chronometers. Chronometers. Another name, the technical name for watch is chronometer, or that which measures time. Okay. Chron means time-based command execution. You specify the time at which a command should be executed. It will be executed cyclically, every day, every month, every year, whatever duration you specify, or every minute, whatever duration you specify, the particular command will be executed on a periodic basis. Then awk. Awk is a filter. You already know what filter is. You have used filter recently. What was the filter? In Excel, we have used filter. It removes whatever data is not required and provides only whatever data is needed for our purpose, or the matching data. Awk was a filter. It can also weed out whatever is not needed, and it will display only that amount of data which is required for us. Then sed. Sed is another filter, whereas sed is not as powerful as awk. Awk is a programming language itself. Awk provides for if condition, while looping and condition, whereas sed will not provide for loopings and conditions. It is a simple filter. Simple filter. Then which. Which. What is the, when do we use which? Which file? Which pen? There are several options. You wish to know which of them is needed now. Similarly, in Linux, we may not know which command is to which file is residing where. Okay, which ls. It will display the location of the file. User bin ls. Which cc. If you ask cc, then user share cc. It will provide the particular location in which the command is stored. Which stands for particular location of the command, full path or full path of the command. Then file. A file may be a video, audio, image file, whatever other type it may be. File command will find out what type of file is available in our hand. Use the file space. You say something. Welcome.c. It will provide the reply as C language source code, C source file, or whatever is human readable. Then whatever file, whenever you have a file and you don't know what type of file it is, you can use file command. We have covered about 30 commands. ln for linking, tar for creating a single file out of several files and folders, zip, unzip. These two are for zipping, compressing and decompressing. Gzip and gunzip are the GNU versions of the same command. ls-l will provide lengthwise list of files. More and less are for screen. What is it? Reducing the content in the screen, because the content may be too large. It will simply scroll away. We wish to read through the content. Therefore, you may pass the content to more or less and press enter for line by line scrolling, space bar for page by page scrolling. Find, search a file, display the path, or execute a command. Banner, provide large version of text we provide. Then rm, remove file. Cat is for displaying the text of a file, text contained in a file. It's similar to type command in our Windows. Then cat minus greater than, cat minus double greater than. These two are similar to copy con in our Windows system. You can type something and send the content to the file. CC, C compiler. VI, visual interface, or full screen editor, Emacs, gedit, these two, these all the three, vi, Emacs, gedit, all these are text editors. Then user add and user del, you can add and remove users using user add and user del. Password is a command for changing password. Su for super user, you can become super user through su command, or sudo for a single command, super user for single command, cal for calendar, then calc or bc for calculator, binary calculator, cron for time based jobs, time based routine jobs, then arc and set are filters which provides the full path of the file or the location, particular location in which the file is existing. Then file command will display the type of file, whatever type of file we provide as a argument, the type of file will be displayed. Video, MPEG audio, MPEG video. This will be the normal reply for file command. We close theory class with this. We have finished. We will